Alright.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there's a helicopter behind us. Shoot it, shoot it, shoot it.
No, chopper!
Oh,
Fuck!
Oh!
Alright, what's going on, looter shooter fans? Welcome to the new Demilitarized zone for Call of Duty. This is going to be a fantastic addition to the franchise, and it's absolutely free. The key thing to realize is that this is going to be a player versus environment versus player mode, PvEvP. Even though there's 33 other squads of 3 all shooting, looting, and scooting, it's going to feel insane because the map is massive with 50 points of interest, and it's going to be you and 2 of your buddies battling through a hectic war zone that will get more intense as the match progresses. You need to bring in your kit. I'm talking about upgraded backpacks, armor, and contraband weaponry, as well as expensive keys. And the enemy forces of AI will be repelling from choppers, firing rockets, and sniping your squad from the rooftops, as well as guarding fortresses and strategic points of interest with machine gun nests, riot shields, armored vehicles, and they are not afraid to throw grenades and flashbangs, lighting your squad up on the map for every other enemy squad to see. This is going to be intense aquatic and stealth-based combat with land, sea, and airborne vehicles. You're going to be able to freely move about the map, tackling objectives, tracking and assassinating other squads, and using those keys to loot secret locations. This is going to give you a big sense of urgency and high value as you're carrying loot like weapons cases or nuclear codes, as well as seeing other squads highlighted on the map after they find these important objectives. It basically puts a bounty on their heads all the way until they extract or get assassinated. And you will now be highlighted on the map if you kill that squad and pick up those cases. The numerous extraction points will make squads who want to leave early have a good chance to do so, but waiting until the last second to extract will make for some truly chaotic PvP moments as squads wipe each other out, waiting for the Exfil Chopper to arrive. Welcome to the Demilitarized Zone. Alright, operators, now we're going to be diving into the meat and bones of the game and all of the intricate systems within Demilitarized Zone. And we're going to be starting with this screen because this is your overall loadout, and all of this you will be risking going into each match. You can get an upgraded plate carrier, which will give you more armor, essentially a better health pool, so you'll be able to survive more bullets, grenades, and shrapnel. Next up, we have the gas mask, which will help you survive when the zone starts to collapse, so you're not taking damage over time. And you have your kill streak and self revives, and all of this can be looted or bought within the game world at the buy stations. You also have a backpack system, and when you have just the small one on a default loadout, it's only going to fit 5 items, and then you can upgrade to a larger backpack, so you'll have more slots for loot, keys, and ammo reserves. You also have your 2 contraband weapons, and all weapons within the Demilitarized Zone are considered contraband, whether you pick them up from other dead operators, AI, or as loot. And you can hold up to 20 of these contraband weapons, and then you also have your tactical, lethal, and field upgrades. All of these things are going to be found or purchasable within the match, but just remember, this entire set of items and loadouts will be lost upon death, and by killing another operator in PvP or coming across their dead body, you will be able to scavenge all of their loadouts. So this is a full loot PvP game. Now that we fully comprehend the loadout system and inherent risks of this looter-shooter genre, we're going to be checking out the features of the game. We're going to be choosing a faction in which to take missions for, and there are going to be 3 of these. And these missions are going to be spread out across all of the Al Mazrah map that the 100 players will be exploring, looting, and extracting from. And these 3 factions are going to be the Legion, a private military contractor, White Lotus, which has an abundance of natural resources and will be trying to establish a base, and Black Mouse, which are going to be a decentralized group focused on espionage and cyber warfare. Each operator will be choosing these missions and trying to complete them at their own pace. Throughout the match, you're going to get other things such as contracts, world activities, and trying to assimilate or assassinate the other squads on the map. But overall, it's going to be a story-driven experience, and you're going to be completing multiple tiers of these faction quests as you progress throughout the game. Outside of the faction missions, which are going to be your sort of main objective for each time you drop into DMZ, there will also be a number of other activities, such as contracts, which range from eliminating AI targets to securing intel and hunting enemy operator teams. There's also tons of world activities, such as looting safes, destroying SAM sites, UAV towers, and obtaining hidden caches. There's also going to be environmental factors to consider, such as sandstorms, which will kick up at any time, reducing visibility and damaging operators, as well as radiation, which you're going to need iodine pills to counter, and also gas masks to stay inside the zone. Just to bring all that information home for my operators, primarily we're going to be doing these faction missions around Al Mazrah, while secondarily we're going to be picking up contracts match to match. These are unique and the green icons on the map. And tertiarily, we're going to be doing world activities like opening strongholds, fortresses, and elite fortresses with keys, and other world activities like operating the SAM sites and cracking open the safes. Like we mentioned in the intro, there are a ton of vehicles available to both Warzone and DMZ. So some of these will be Warzone exclusives, but we've got the ATV, the UTV, hatchback, chop top, the SUV, Hummer EV, tactical vehicle, the cargo truck, light helo, heavy chopper, the RHIB boat, as well as the armored patrol boat, and some other random vehicles such as the armored trucks. And there's going to be a lot of vehicular techniques available to us, as you can sort of run around in the back of these vehicles, you can lean out the windows and climb onto the roofs, and you can also repair and refuel these vehicles at gas stations located around the map. So there is going to be a lot of vehicles consistently traveling around the map, not only for operators but also AI, as they move around and try to assault squads with choppers, attack boats, and other forms of vehicular combat. Now that we know how to quickly traverse the map and fight enemy AI and operators with vehicles as a squad, we're going to be talking about the key system. These keys are a very important part of DMZ, and you can either loot them from dead enemies or operators, as well as loose loot and from containers throughout the match. These keys are going to be very important for unlocking the fortresses, strongholds, and for finding secrets, as well as points of interest that require keys. The keys will show you what the point of interest it's connected to is called, and or an alphanumeric number such as C6, and when you zoom out of the map you can look on the left hand side and you're going to find something like C6 on the map, which is a map tile, and you'll have to go there in order to use your key. These keys are dropped on death, as we mentioned before, and you can bank them in the middle of the match at a buy station, and you can have a ton of these keys inside your bank. So you're just going to try to figure out which keys go together and then kind of move around the map based on which keys you want to open and which missions you're going to do, as well as where you spawn initially. Spawning initially is random for your operator squad, and so you kind of have to determine what you want to do each match based on your spawn, how much time is left, and where the radiation zones are located. Alright, now that we've firmly established the gameplay loop, I only have a few things left to talk about. The first one's going to be the upgraded version of contraband weapons, which are blueprints, and then buying and selling for loot and cash within the game world, and finally the ability to assimilate with other operator squads. An interesting feature for contraband weapons is going to be found within the DMZ mode. The contraband weapons are the primary means of assault and defense, and these items will be lost permanently if you die within the DMZ. Any weapon found within DMZ is considered contraband. This includes looted weapons from other operators or AI combatants. These can contain anywhere from 0 to 5 attachments and may or may not be the most effective version of that weapon possible. In order to get the best version of a weapon, you must find blueprints. These blueprints have a unique property, and they are not permanently lost on death. Instead, when you die within DMZ with a blueprint weapon, that blueprint will be inaccessible for a certain period of time, ranging up to a few hours. Therefore, there are a lot of functional and semi-functional weapons that you can be found within DMZ, and having limited ammo and backpack space makes swapping weapons very effective for moving throughout the entirety of a match. The looting aspect of this looter shooter is going to be familiar to a lot of players who enjoy this genre, but essentially you're going to be finding tons of loot throughout the map, from ammo, contraband, keys, and a lot of junk, and you can sell this junk at a buy station, and some of it is very valuable, such as gold bars, which can sell for up to 8,000, and then you'll be using this money to buy stronghold and fortress keys and kill streak rewards, as well as equipment such as plate carrying vests, big backpacks, or whatever is available at that location. The buy stations only have a unique number of items, and once they sell out, they are gone. And finally, I would like to talk about the ability to assimilate with other squads in PvP. Obviously, PvP is going to be a huge part of this game, but there is proximity chat available via VoIP. So you have the option to assimilate with other squads. What this is going to mean is that you can actually talk to another squad and ask them to join forces with you. This will be a temporary contract, but once you join forces with another squad, you will not be able to kill them. Friendly fire will be disabled on temporary squad mates. During assimilation, you can actually revive and share items together before going your separate ways or following through and extracting together inside a chopper. The choppers have the ability to carry multiple squads out of the DMZ. You can either get inside to exfiltrate, or you can hang on to the side of the helicopter, and this will be important for squads who are moving at the last minute to escape the map, as you can run up and jump on the side of another team's helicopter in order to escape the map. So with all of that, I hope you all have a phenomenal DMZ experience and you survive your first couple of matches. Hopefully this will help you in the future, and I will see you within the demilitarized zone on Wednesday, November the 16th. This will be free to play, and I'll see you for the next one.
Oh, I see him. Oh, dude, oh shit. To the right. Yeah, I see him. Yep, I'm on that.